Hare Hare. So Hare Krishna. Welcome to everyone. We apologize for the small delay. We were just having some IT issues here, but hopefully they're resolved. So welcome to today's program. Sorry. Okay, thank you. We'll obviously start with Prabhupada, glorifying Srila Prabhupada. I've just returned from Bharat, had some family business, property business matters to deal with, and I just came back. And it was so nice to see another Prabhupada's temples in Anand, Gujarat. Wonderful to see Prabhupada's movements all over the world. So we'll glorify Prabhupada first. Then there'll be some kirtans. The kirtanias are here in the temple room. And then there'll be the Jai Radha Madhav in class, then Gora Arati. And then some announcements. Some announcements. Important one is we could be given next Saturday here in the park next to the temple. We got a big tent program in honor of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebration. So there'll be a tent program in the afternoon next Saturday. So more on that later on. So we'll start by doing Prabhupada Arati. Hare Krishna. You want to sing it?
Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada.
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Satma.
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Satma. प्रेम भक्ति यहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जैते
वेद ज्ञान यहाँ रचरितो
वेद गाय हमारा चरितो
श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदमा जनार बंधु
श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अदमा जनार बंधु
श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदमा जनार बंधु
श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अदमा जनार बंधु
लोकेना लोकेर जीवाना
लोकेनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना
महाप्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पाद छाया
महाप्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया
महाप्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पाद छाया
महाप्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया
ए भैया कृष्ण त्रिभुवाना
श्री शुक्र भुवाना
तुली पदा लेला शराना
दुई पदाले लोय शराना
शील प्रभुपाद पतित पवाना
श्रील प्रभुपाद पतित पवाना
शील गुरुदेव पतित पवाना
श्रील गुरुदेव पतित पवाना
जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा
जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा
जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुपाद
प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव
जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव
निताय गौर हरि बोल
निताय गौर
हरि
निताय
बोल
गौर
हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय
जय।
गुरु महाराज की जय
जय।
निताय गौर
हरि बोल
Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Stotarsa Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Dear Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Iskcon Guru Bindu Ki Jai. Thank you very much for that. Is there a Prabhupada video today? Please play that.
regulation later on. First of all, you try to hear and chant. Sinnatang Sagatha Krishna Punnasavana Kirtan. Punnasavana Kirtan. Anyone who hears Hare Krishna, he becomes pious simply by hearing. He becomes purified. So at a stage, he will accept. But people think that what is this Hare Krishna chanting? You see, give them some black Kulakundalini yoga and all these humbugs, they will be very much pleased. You see. So they want to be cheated. And some cheaters come, yes, you take this mantra, give me $35, and within 6 months you become God, you'll have 4 hands. So we want to be cheated. That is, cheating process is one of the item of conditional life. There are 4 defects of conditional life. One defect is that we commit mistake. And another defect is that we accept something which is not that. Just like commit mistake, that is not to be very difficult to understand. Every one of us know how we commit mistake. Blunder, even great men, they also commit blunder, you see. Just like there are so many instances amongst the politicians, a little mistake, blunder, great blunder. The mistake to err is human, mistake is there. Similarly, accepting something as fact which is not fact. How it is that just like everyone in the conditioned life, they think that this body is like myself. But I am not this. I am not this body. So this is called illusion, pramad. The best example is to accept a rope as a snake. Suppose in the darkness there is a rope like this, and you are afraid, oh, here is a snake. This is the best example of illusion. Accepting something which is not that. So this defect is there in conditioned life. And to make error and mistake, that defect is there. And the third defect is that we want to cheat and we want to be cheated. We are also very expert. We are always thinking how I shall cheat somebody. And naturally he is also thinking to cheat me. So the whole conditional life is the association of cheaters and cheated. That's all. So this is another defect. And the fourth defect is that our senses are imperfect. Therefore all knowledge that we receive, that is imperfect knowledge. A man may speculate, but he may speculate with his mind. That's all. But his mind is imperfect. However he may speculate, he will produce something nonsense, that's all. Because his mind is imperfect. It doesn't matter that if you add thousands of zeros, it makes 1. No, it is still 0. So the speculation process to understand the Supreme is nothing but 0. Therefore, with all these defects of our conditional life, it is not possible to come to the real life. Therefore, we have to take it from personalities like Krishna and his bona fide representative. That is real knowledge. Then he will get perfection. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So we need to actually listen to Prabhupada again and again. Sometimes something deep is being said, but maybe we're distracted or something and we haven't fully heard properly. So honestly, every morning I listen to Prabhupada, and sometimes I'm repeating his classes, and it's amazing what you pick up. So Prabhupada is full of spiritual potency, So please read his book, listen to him regularly, and read his books regularly. Very important. Hare Krishna. So we'll now do some kirtan. Now kirtanias are ready. If we can, who's going first? Naval and Ritika. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, R
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Gaur Premanande, Hare Gaur.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Okay, are you able to put on the screen Bhagavad-gita, chapter 8, verse 20? Please, if you can do that. So welcome to you all, and I think it feels so nice that some normality is returning to this temple, and people, devotees are gathering, although there is some distancing and isolating, but it's so nice that we're here, and it's so nice that it's been a very long tune, 2.5.
Committed by Russian soldiers.
Hari Bol.
War crimes are spoken by Ukrainians.
Okay, so just mute it, yeah. Mute that. And to see the children, how they've grown. Some new ones we haven't, have appeared on the scene. And they've grown in our absence. And then to see, Arati, there was really sweet kirtan. I really, it was nice. One of the melodies I really enjoy. And I think you're all rehearsing later on. Is it that's true? So this is for a program we are having next Saturday. We're going to keep announcing it. Please come. It's in honor. It's our tribute to Her Majesty the Queen. It is the whole weekend is a Jubilee weekend, her platinum anniversary. So we are doing a Hindu cultural program in our honor. It's a tent outside. We'll have a culture program advertised at from 2 to 5:30, but obviously we'll be a lot busier, before that. So please let others know 2 to 5:30. Just come and enjoy yourself. There'll be prasadam also. There'll be a bookstall and then a snack cake store, table. So please, it's our first big event in 2.5 years. That's what I say. It's nice. So this class is actually based on those 2.5 years, what it means, those 2.5 years. And we are almost out of it, but not quite. Is it up? Can they see? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Haribol. Oh yeah, of course. It'll be very quick. Thank you. It'll be very quick. Let's. The modern way of doing all this is on your phones. Have you got Prabhupada's books on your phones? Please, if you haven't, let us know. I've got them on my phone. Others have also. If you haven't, let us know, because now I went to a memorial program at the manor for my cousin brother-in-law. Just very recently, and the same thing was said there. Look, we're not handing out song sheets; it should be on your phones. He actually said that as us. So, okay. So Bhagavad-gita, chapter 8, verse 20. Otherwise, we do have some Gitas around. Please pick them up, pass them out. Okay. Jai. So I'll do a quick Radha Madhav. Jayo Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Jayo Girivaradari Jayo Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachavi
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Nita Gura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nita Gura Hari Bol. Shri Radha Madhav ki jai, Shri Shri Sachinand Tai Chang ki jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Iskcon Coventry ki jai, Gaura Premanari Bol. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Parastasmat tu bhavo anyo avyakto avyaktat sanatana ya sa sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu na vinashyati parasasmatu bhavo anyo avyakta avyaktat sanatana avyakto avyaktat sanatana yasa sarveshu bhuteshu Nashyatsu na vinashyati. Nashyatsu na vinashyati. Parastasmatu bhavo anyo. Avyakto avyaktat sanatana. Yasa sarveshu bhuteshu. Nashyatsu na vinashyati. One from the men's side, please.
Parastasmatu bhavo anyo.
Parastasmatu bhavo anyo.
Avyakto vyaktat sanatana.
Avyakto avyaktat sanatana.
Yasa sarveshu bhuteshu.
Yasa sarveshu bhuteshu.
Nashyatsu na vinashyati.
Nashyatsu na vinashyati. One lady's side, please.
Parastasmatu bhavanyo.
Parastasmatu bhavo anyo.
Avyakto avyaktat sanatana.
Avyakto avyaktat sanatana.
Yasa sarveshu bhuteshu.
Yasa sarveshu bhuteshu.
Nasyastu na vinashyati.
Nashyatsu na vinashyati. Thank you. Para. Transcendental. Tasmat. To that. To. But. Bhava. Nature. Anya. Another. Avyakta. Unmanifest. Avyaktat. To the unmanifest. Sanatana. Eternal. Yasa. That which. Sarveshu. All. Bhuteshu. Manifestation. Nashyatsu. Being annihilated. Na. Never. Vinashyati. Is annihilated. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yet there is another unmanifest nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. So repeat after me, please. Yet there is another unmanifest nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. So this is connected with the previous two verses, so I'll just read those quickly. It says, by human calculation, 1,000 ages together form the duration of Brahma's one day. And such also is the duration of his night. So Lord Brahma's day, 1,000 Chaturyugas. So a set of Satyuga, Dwapara and Kali Yuga, 4 together. 1,000 of those is one day of Lord Brahma. Such also is the duration of his night. Okay. Then 18th verse. At the beginning of Brahma's day, all living beings, entities, all of us, all creatures, become manifest from the unmanifest state. And thereafter, when the night falls, they emerge again into the unmanifest state. Right? So, during Brahma's day, the full universe is operating normally, all the 14 planetary systems. During the night, many of the lower planetary systems get submerged in water. We are all put into what was called suspended animation state, the unmanifest state. And the saintly people who have the siddhis, they move themselves to the higher planets, which don't get submerged. But most of the planets in the universe get submerged. That's at night. Sorry, that's at night time. During the daytime, all 14 planetary systems are working normally. Nighttime, the lower planetary systems get submerged in water, and we are in the middle. So even the Earth gets submerged. Even the Earth gets submerged. So all during that night, 1,000 sets of 1,000 sets of the 4 yugas. We are in some suspended animation state. We are just in limbo. And then when Brahma next day comes, we again come into being. Brahma again, the water subsides, and then we are again brought out again from our suspended state. So that's what's happening in this universe for all of us. We are in this cycle of birth and death, Mrityu Sangsar, cycle of birth and death, ocean of birth and death. And that continuously we are doing 84 lakh yoni, 8,400,000 species of life. We're going up and on this universe. But here Krishna is now saying, yet there is another unmanifest nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. So what happens during Brahma's day, what happens during Brahma's night, which is repeating again and again every day, he lives for 100 years. He said, but there is another nature which is not like this. It is eternal. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna's superior spiritual energy is transcendental and eternal. It is beyond all the changes of material nature, which is manifest and annihilated during the days and night of Brahma. Krishna's superior energy is completely opposite in quality to material nature. Superior and inferior nature are explained in the 7th chapter. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Jnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, chapter 2, Krishna is also clearly describing to Arjuna the nature of the soul. Arjuna was initially talking about his anxieties, his fears for the battle, the outcome, and he was distressed. But Arjuna was speaking from the bodily platform. Krishna then, chapter 2, he took him out of that, immediately started talking about the nature of the soul, to establish who all of us, Arjuna, all of us, who we really are. We share the same nature as Krishna. We are also eternal. We are not temporary. We are not our real us, our real we are not temporary. We are eternal spirit souls in these temporary material bodies. These bodies will finish one day. Then the soul will go into another body. If the soul doesn't go back to Godhead, and that's not an easy achievement, it has to stay in this universe and go in another body, maybe on the same planet, another planet, higher or upper. But I ask you, what have the last 2.5 years been like for you? This lockdown, whole world. What's it been like for you? 2.5 years of lockdown. Frustrating, suffocating. I'm fed up of this now. I'm totally fed up of this. I want to be normal now. Yes? True? Anybody had a different experience than that? Like, come on, let's get back to normal. That's becoming normality. But the whole world was forced to go into lockdown. Whole world. And then, our frustration, being stuck in the home, not able to go out. And if you go out, there's so much caution, avoid that, avoid that, avoid that. Did you feel that in your homes you became prisoners in your homes? Did you feel a little like that? Prisoners in your own home. And there was this yearning. I want this to finish. I want this to finish now. It's too much. And yet, spiritually, we are in this big prison called the material universe, all of us. And these bodies, there are 8,400,000 species of life in this universe. 84 lakh, 8,400,000. And yet somehow we don't feel that we are fed up of this prison. Do we? We are sort of attached to it. We like it. We think we're going to squeeze something nice out of it. We're going to squeeze the maximum enjoyment, the happiness from this universe. So we try in one body, and our desires haven't been fully met. Then our desires carry us to another body, and we try again. But along the way, we create karma also, and then the karma also dictates. It's not just your desires, it's your karma dictates where you go next, what you get in your next life. Yeah. So Prabhupada, this is telling us about that eternal nature we need to be heading for. We should be, just like this lockdown was suffocating, we need to have that spirit in us saying, I want this to be the last life. I don't want to go into another body, which is like another cell in a prison. At the moment we're caught up in this rat race. Yeah, we're competing with, look at the house he's in, I want a house like that. Look at the car he's saying, I want a better car, I want to have a car like him. So you're caught up in this race trying to chase something which is material. Okay, so, and you're caught, you forget to stop to think, do I really belong here? What you're actually trying to do is you're in one type of cell in a prison, and you think there's another prison, maybe you're in a serious crime wing of the prison, or the solitary wing. But then there's another wing where there are the less serious crimes, prisoners of less serious crimes, and their cells are better. They're better. So what we're actually doing is we want to swap one cell for a better one in the prison. But he's still in prison. That is, if you slow down and think, what am I doing in this life? What are you doing to get back to Krishna, the eternal nature? Not very much. Because we're not, this 2.5 years of lockdown, the feelings of frustration and enough is enough, you need to have that with this, this material world, that, enough is enough now. Krishna, enough. I realize now, prison life means your movement, your freedoms are restricted. What you want to do, you can't do. You're restricted. Just like the lockdown. That's why it's suffocating. It was frustrating. It's what you want to do, you couldn't do. That's what prison life is. That is what prison life. It restricts you in so many ways. Yet, Narad Muni, how is he restricted? Is he restricted in any way? He's not. We call him the traveling spaceman. He's a traveling. He can go anywhere he wants. Material universe, spiritual universe, he can go. It's his choice. No visas needed. There are no visas needed. No sitting at the airport for hours on end. Free of mind. He's got real freedom. We think we are free. Are we as free as Narad Muni? We should be. Like I said, when the middle and lower planetary systems are submerged in water during the night of Brahma, the perfected beings, the great rishis, the great yogis, they have the siddhis, they have the ability to transfer themselves to the higher planets like Janlok, Tapalok, Satyalok. They just move there because they don't get submerged. The rest of us, the deluge comes and we're finished until Brahma's next day comes. So, many. It says all the rishis, all the who siddhi hai, जिसके पास सिद्धि है वो सब चले जाते हैं. There was one interesting incident in Mahabharata, if you remember, when Pandu, Raja Pandu, King Pandu, he went in the forest with Kunti and Madhvi, yeah. He went and he was doing tapasya. He was doing tapasya in the forest. And some elevated rishis came, and he spent some time with them. So he was in the association with these perfected rishis, who had lots of siddhi in them, right? They were very able. So he spends quite some time with them, and then they decided, oh, now it's time for us to go to a higher planet. They want to go to a higher planet. And Pandu got up saying, I'll come with you. Pandu got up and said, I'll come with you, because we so enjoyed their company. And they stopped him, says, no, you are not ready for this. You won't be able to do this, what the journey we are planning, because we have done austerity for so many years. We got some of the yogis see this. For us, we can do this. But for you, you cannot do it. You cannot do it. So this ability to go to the higher planet is not easy. You have to have spent such a long time doing some tapasya, getting some siddhis, getting some blessings, some boons from, then you can move. But otherwise, it's not an easy journey to make. Yeah. But Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have come and said, look, once this 1,000 ages, once in one of those sets, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna comes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. 999 other times they don't come. That's why at the beginning of Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said that after Krishna left the planet, returned to Golok Vrindavan, then he's thinking, this is Chaitanya Charitamrita at the beginning. He's saying, he says, for a long time now, I haven't given Krishna Prem. For a long time now, I haven't given Krishna Prem. I must go again and teach my example. He left instructions, Gita, but he says people, Kali dull brains, they're not unable to follow these instructions of Bhagavad-gita. They can't follow them. I have to go and teach by my own example. So then he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we are in this very special time. In this day of Lord Brahma, we are in the right set of the 4 yugas, where Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come. So the Leelas are still fresh. The leelas are still fresh. So we are supposed to be meditating on those leelas, spending time discussing, doing charcha on those leelas, and chanting. And chanting especially Maha Mantra. We should be especially chanting Maha Mantra and cultivating our mood of serving Krishna. Yeah. We need to cultivate that. And Prabhupada has made that possible by opening these beautiful temples all over the world. I was just in Anand, just last week, and this is my second time I visited the Iskcon temple. Then I saw more of the temple this time. Before I thought it was just a small thing, but this time I managed to go behind and saw a lovely big, large hall where the class was going on. I sat for the class. I enjoyed the class, and one of my brothers asked, because I like to serve cows. I do, because Krishna loves cows. I like to serve and do something for the cows. All in my father's name, because the trip was sort of some, property matters. So, and I said, look, if this gets sorted, let's do something in Dad's name. So we did something, and then my brother asked, is there any Goshala part of this temple? And they said, yeah, of course, yes, there is. It's a little distance away, but we have a large Goshala. It's over 100 cows, 125 cows. So, whoa, that's big. That's big. Whoa, that is good. And then, because of the donation we gave, they were so kind to us, and they gave us lots of but they gave us Mahaprasad. We couldn't bring back because it was makhan, rabri, 3 packs of it, rabri. I said, look, we'll take one, we'll eat it. And the makhan won't survive the heat we are in. It's 40, up to 45 degrees. This is not going to survive the journey. Then they gave us 1 box of Bangladesh sweets, pera, one of the sweets, and some dry, almost like the khaja, but like square ones, the square cubes. I said, yeah, that will survive the journey, but the other stuff won't survive the heat. I said, but I was impressed that they could give so much oil made from the fresh milk from the cows. I was impressed. I said, well done, Prabhupada, that you got this, you established the lovely centers everywhere. And because when in Gujarat, for us, we eat, but it's easy there because most of vegetarianism everywhere. And a lot of them understand, if you say, I want Jain, they know it's no onion, no garlic, but somehow there in Anand, it's bigger. It's more bigger than that. Is Swaminarayan. You say I want Swaminarayan, then understand the same thing. No onion, no garlic. What I didn't know was Jains. They don't eat anything coming from the earth. I didn't know that. So that meant many other things. Any roots we dig out of the ground, they don't eat them. So therefore they say Swaminarayan. But well done to that organization for establishing that. We Iskcon are famous. If some of those things, we should have got there ahead of everybody else. But somehow we missed that. But we are well known for our preaching and our kirtan, book distribution. This is what we are famous for. We have something very precious. We have the teachings of the Goswamis. The Kirtan Goswamis. And if you don't understand the scriptures, then pick up the books of the Goswamis because they explain in the scriptures. Read Prabhupada's purports. Prabhupada is telling us, get out of this world, get out of this world. Return to your real eternal nature. Return to your real eternal nature. Don't stay stuck here, down here. Don't. What did Prabhupada say? Do your business, all of you. You do your business because we have to live in this world. So do your business, but get out. Don't come back. Don't come back. So take it seriously. So Lockdown was frustrating, suffocating. You all experienced it. Bring some of that into your life, into your spiritual life. You should be spiritually frustrated and suffocated, saying, I'm restricted in so many ways. This is not me. The soul is being suffocated. You need to get out. Okay? But be strong in your endeavors. Be strong. Be strong. Okay? So thank you. Any questions, comments from anybody? So we'll get ready for Arati now. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. If you set the mics up for the stand-up Arati now, and who's is it Tamal Prabhu or yeah? Okay.
Jayo Gaurang Nitai, Gaurang Nitai, Gaurang Nitai, Jayo Gaurang Nitai.
Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai.
Jayo Gaurang Nitai, Gaurang Nitai, Gaurang Nitai, Jayo Gaurang Nitai.
Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai.
Kiva Jayo, Jayo, Gaura Chande, Arati ko shobha.
Kib Jaya, Jaya, Gaura Chande, Arati ko shobha.
Kiva Jayo, Jayo, Gaura Chande, Arati ko shobha. Janami tatavane jag manulobha.
Janavi tatavane jagamanalobha.
Dakhiyani taichan Vame gadhadhara.
Dakhirinitai chan Vame gadadara.
Nikaite ai dvaita shrini Vasa chatradhara.
Nikate Advaita Shrini Vasa Chatradhara.
श्रीयचे गौरचांद रत्न सिमसान है आरती को रहना ब्रह्मा आदि देवगाने
आरती को देना ब्रह्मा आदि देवगाने
नरहरि आदि कोरी चमरा दुलाया संजया मुकुंद वासु गोषधि घाया शंका बाजे बाजे करताला बाजे माधुरा मरधंगा भाजे परम रसाला शंका बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर मधुर महाधुर बाजे शंका बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर मधुर महाधुर बाजे ओ माधुर 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 भाजे ओ माधुर 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 भाजे नित्य गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल बाहु कोटि चंद्राझिनी वदन उजवाला गाला देसे वहना माला गोरे जलमाला
गाला देशे वनमाला गोरे जलमाला
शिवा सुख नाराधा प्रेमे गदघाधा
शिवा सुख नारदा प्रेमे गदगादा
भक्ति विनोधा देखे sampadha Kiva jayo jayo Gaura chande varoti kosho
Vishnu Padayo Krishna Prastayo Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanto Swami Nitinamine
Namayo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prajarine Nirvashesho Shunnavadi Pachadadi Shotarine
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prajarine Nirvashesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shiva Sati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Bhaja Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare.
Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare.
Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hare.
Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hare.
Oh Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram.
Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Jai Nityananda Ram.
Oh Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga,
Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga,
Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga.
Gauranga, Jai Nitai Gauranga.
Oh Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Gauranga, 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 Oh Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Oh Jai Sachinandan, Jai Nitajan, Jai Sachinandan, Jai Nitajan, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami Bhava Tumi
Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami Nayan Pathgami Bhava Tumi
Oh Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathgami Nayana Pathgami Bhava Tumi
Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathgami Nayana Pathgami Bhava Tumi
Chandra Swami Jagannath Neelachal Madhav Pyare Jagannath
Neelachal Chandra Swami Jagannath Neelachal Madhava Pyare Jagannath
Jayo Baladev Jaya Subhadra Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhadra
Jayo Baladev Jai Subhadra Jayo Baladev Jayo Subhadra
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Jagannath, 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 Jagannath. Jagannath, 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 Jagannath.
Jagannath, 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 Jagannath.
Baladev, Subhadra, Baladev, Subhadra.
Baladev, Subhadra, Baladev, Subhadra.
Baladev, Subhadra, Baladev, Subhadra.
Baladev, Subhadra, Baladev, Subhadra.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Gopal, 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 Gopal.
Gopal, 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 Gopal.
Gopal, 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 Gopal. जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जयो प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जगत गुरु
जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद
जयो प्रभुपाद जयो प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जगत गुरु Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gora Hari Bol,
Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gora Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol,
Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Nitai Go,
Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Nitai Go,
Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Nitai Go,
Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Nitai Go,
Gaura Premanande.
को स्वामी वृंदावन की जय श्री पंच तत्व की जय प्रेम से श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गौर भक्त शिरो नरसिंह पटपलार महाराज की शिरो जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की श्री राधा गोपालानंद की श्री राधा राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा रमण लाल वंश बिहारी श्री राधा वल्लभ राधा मदन मोहन की जय नंदलाल वृंदावन बिहारी की जय वृंदावन राम तिरुपति राम जगन्नाथ राम विजय राम एक चक्र नाग राम मायापुर राम की जय गौरा प्रेम Oh glory Sri Sangha. Oh glory Sri Sangha. Oh glory Sri Anchi Bo.
Hare Krishna, we will do nursing Arati now. Please everybody remember those who need it. Meditate on that for nursing Arati. Can I ask first? By the way, Guru Seva, our plan was they're all here. Invite them every Sunday. Every Sunday.
नृसिंहदेव भगवान की, भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की, शिल प्रभुपाद की, गुरुदेव की। नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय हिरण्यकाशिपूर्वक्षया
हिरण्यकाशिपूर्वक्षः
शीलतङ्कानकालये
शीलतङ्कानकालये
हितो निसिंहो परतो निसिंहो
ito nisingo parato nisingo
यतो यतो यामि ततो निसिंहो
tato nisingo
बाहे निसिंहो हृदये निसिंहो
nisingo
नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलवारेण मधुता शृङ्गाय दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गां केशवदीता नरहरिरूपा जयो जगदीश
Jayo Jagadish Hare. Jai Jagadish Hare. Jai Jagadish Hare. भगवान की, भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, गुरु महाराज की, इस्कॉन कॉवेंट्री यात्रा की, गौड़ प्रेमानंदे।
Wow, that was river place. Sachinandai Chan ki jai. Clean week, apart from next Saturday. Yeah, so our calendar is no event this week apart from our own event next Saturday. By the way, it's such a pleasure to see all the ex-Coventry Walas. But as I said, me and Guru Sagar this plan to bring them all here because we got some heavy lifting to do. Prasadam was just like a sweetener. We got some heavy lifting to do. No, seriously, perhaps you want to do it now or after Prasadam? I don't know. Do it now, okay. So all the guys who got strong arms, we need to go into the little garden area and we got our Rath Yatra trolley there. But because of the building we've done work, we can't take it anywhere apart from lifting it over the fence. So we need about 4 or 5 guys this side, 4 or 5 guys on the other side, so the trolley can be lifted and passed over. So we can get it ready for next week. It needs to be set up for next week, okay? So in the meantime, the event next week, the others, no, we'll be serving prasadam, of course, for all the others. We will serve prasadam. Just to announce the event next week, we are hosting it, so we need to get busy. So there are different, it's the Queen's Platinum Jubilee Cultural Program by Iskcon Coventry. We're hiring a tent and stage and some, we're going to set up our PA there, everything. and there's a culture program. Thank you for reminding. Yes. So the first thing we'll be doing is doing a procession like we do for mini Rath Yatra, but we'll just take Radha Mada picture. So we're going to do that, and then the culture program will start in the tent.
The procession is at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
State program 3 o'clock.
Right. So procession at 2 o'clock, and then the stage program starts at 3 o'clock, and it'll go until about 5:30, and there'll be prasadam served near the end. Okay, and then there'll be a donation table, a book table, and a spiritual snacks table, which Jay Radha is arranging. Yes, cupcakes and cookies, etc. Yes, wonderful. Huh? And we'll be frying on the day for selling some savories like kachoris and samosas. Okay, that's lovely. So our first big program after this lockdown. So let's give it our best. Okay, there are different teams.
Tell them big drama. So they invite other people.
Yeah.
Stage program.
Yes. So I mean, Haridas is leading the stage team. The events, etc. So I'll be running around as usual, doing other things. So there'll be stage drama, drama by the children, which I think they're rehearsing after prasadam, and grown-ups. Oh, of course. Okay, the 2 dramas. You should be. Yeah.
Yes, Haribol. Bolo Haribol! Queen Jubilee Ki. Okay. So, Radharani Ki. So the thing is, we're getting excited about thanking the land we live in, and the head of this land is the Queen. So we're grateful people. And I think, and plus we're getting a grant. So what bigger incentive than that? And so we are spending it, and we have to show the receipts and everything. But there's going to be beautiful, stage program. And we're writing 2 dramas. One for the adults. It's really, really colorful. And then some for the children, and then there's Titiksha is doing a dance, and I think you're doing the one bhajan, special bhajan, and there's a devotee coming from the manor. What's his name?
David Wilmot.
Do you know David Wilmot at all? Because Jayadev mentioned his name. He sings in the manor, huh? Okay, so he'll be coming, and then there's another lady classical dancing from Rugby. Where is she from? Okay, she's coming. And then there'll be a big kirtan at the end. So the procession, we're going around, the temple, and it's going to be great. So do invite everybody, and there's about 80 seats in the tent. It's 30 foot by 30 foot. So not too many, so we can't manage them, and not too few, then we just don't feel because there's 50 people there. So if you get twice as many people coming. So please tell others, and there's a lot of preparation going on. We'll be doing a couple of rehearsals. During the week, I'm doing the soundtrack, just a couple of sounds to come in. And we're going to have a great time. I've asked Vasudeva Prabhu to come next Saturday. If you can manage somehow, it'll be nice, because he will like it. And he would like to do Harinam, so some of you like Harinam, so you can take you the tall guy who's here. So he's just gone out. So I think the guys with the muscles, please, let's go out and move the trolley outside. And please come, enjoy yourself. And we are praying for a nice day that day. No rain, no big rain. But there's a tent there anyway. Thank you very much. Jai Shri Radhe.
Thank you. And just a request, we got different areas where we need help and volunteers. Please, I said we are the hosting it. We're not just sitting there. Please help in the different teams. There's a cooking team. There's a tech team, but I think they're okay. They're sorted out. There's a tech team that set up all the PA and lighting, everything. Then there's the decoration team. The tent will need to be decorated. The tent will go up early in the morning, and then we got to rush in there and set everything up. So, we got some balloons and what do you call those, buntings, etc. So let's just make it festive. There are different areas we'll need help. There'll be a couple of guys we want to nominate as security and health and safety, first aid. So please step forward and say, I would like to help. This is the time I can come and help you. We need help. Please step forward. Hare Krishna. We'll slot you in somewhere.